What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Big Brother Season 24. Yes, this roller coaster of a season is finally over. It feels like this season was never going to end. It's been so stressful. I've been keeping up to date with this season basically every hour, which is something I've never done for a season before. Usually, I'll go look at the spoilers for the week, and then I'll log off. Like, I'll see who won the veto, who won the HOH, do they use it, and then I'll just log off. But for this season, I've been keeping up to date pretty much every single hour because just how crazy and intense that this season has been. I really didn't start keeping up to about after week 4 or 5. So I don't know all what happened in the very beginning, but for this, I'm mostly going to be talking about what CBS showed on their show, not so much like the live feeds and stuff. I don't have time to watch the live feeds, and it honestly sounds pretty boring, but I do keep up to date with accounts that follow and kind of update big stuff that happens on the feeds, and people will post clips and stuff, so I will mention briefly some of that. But as far as the season goes, I'll just go down the list of all the cast members. Let's see, let's start with Joseph. Joseph, he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, as far as what he did in the actual game, he was pretty more of a loyal game, which is something you don't really see that much on Big Brother. Most of the time people are lying and backstabbing, but Joseph was one of the few people who were actually honest, and he seemed like a really cool guy. I don't really have any problems with him. I think he's one of the few people this season that actually kept me watching, because we have a lot of trash in this season, but Joseph was definitely not one of them. He's one of the better ones of the season. I'd like to see him return. And I hated how they did him at Dire Fest. That twist was so terrible, but we'll get back to that later. As far as Turner goes, I liked him until Dire Fest happened, and then once he turned on the leftovers, I didn't really like him anymore. Michael, he's a comp beast. I really enjoyed him too. I definitely want to see this guy come back. He absolutely killed it. He was a comp beast, and what he fucked up doing was he should have hid just how competent he was at competitions early on, because then when it caught up to him, there wasn't anything he could do about it. But it was really epic seeing him get evicted in the double eviction. That was really cool. That's gotta be one of the best double evictions that the show has ever seen. And as far as Monty goes, he's kind of iffy. I was really rooting for him the whole season until he got with Taylor. Then it was kind of weird because I never really seen them as a couple, because I've always heard that Monty was talking a lot of shit about Taylor, saying some weird things about her, so I'm kind of iffy on him. I'm glad he didn't win. He only got second place. I still think he played a good game, and I would actually kind of want to see him return now that Taylor's not there, to see what he would do just as a Big Brother player. Like, what he did was fine, but as far as things towards Taylor, I didn't like it very much, but he seemed like he was okay at competitions, and he was actually playing a pretty good game. As far as Nicole goes, I did not like her very much. She's one of the mean girls of the season, just trashing on Taylor for no reason at all. It's a really weird individual. She wasn't there very much, so I don't have much to say about her because she left in like week 4. But yeah, I hope she doesn't ever come back. Don't really care to see her. Paloma, this woman is crazy. She's self-evicted week 1 after talking mad shit about Taylor for no reason at all. She looks like a complete clown. This woman is very insecure about herself. She's talking so much shit about Taylor for no reason at all. I knew she wasn't going to last long, but I didn't think she'd self-evict. Like, when people go into the house week 1 and they're already talking shit about people, you know they're going to be a problem. Like, it's week 1, just chill out, quit with the shit talking. You don't know these people, just stop. You look stupid. But I'm thankful to God that she left, because she was a real witch, and I did not want to see any more of her. I hope she never returns. As far as Taylor goes, hey, one of the best winners we've ever had. Her speech in the finale was iconic. One of the best speeches we ever seen in Big Brother. I really think she has one of the best stories we've ever seen as far as the show goes, and I'm ready to see kind of where the show goes now that she's won. It's really changed, I think, how they have to look at the members they cast for this show, because just how great her story was, because now we have a winner who has a great story. I mean, she did have some competition wins under her belt, but we have somebody who actually had a great story as well, which is usually nothing you see in Big Brother. Usually it's just, oh, I outplayed everybody, oh, I won the most comps. So it's nice to see something change in the Big Brother game. I felt bad for her for all she had to go through this season, and I'm glad she was rewarded with the money. I was really worried that she wasn't going to win, but I'm glad she won America's Favorite and Big Brother. I was really nervous for her. She's the main reason I've been stressing, really, about the game, because I didn't want her to go. So yeah, she's my favorite player this season. As far as Terrence goes, he's a weird, perverted, hateful old man. I really don't like him very much. Everything they did with him as far as the whole DJ Showtime thing was very cringy. Anytime he showed up, I just wanted him to leave. I'm so glad he finally got evicted. I hated him for getting rid of Joseph as well. The whole Dire Fest twist would have worked really well in BB19 or BB23. Those are seasons where we had a majority ruling over the house, and if we had a house split in those seasons, it probably would have benefited them more, but with this season, we were already seeing cracks in the cookout due to Kyle not wanting to get rid of Alyssa. So when it happened, it just felt kind of unnecessary. No idea was get rid of Joseph, which, like I said, I didn't really like that very much. Felt like the longest week ever. I was hoping Joseph could stay, but unfortunately he didn't, but hopefully he returns in future seasons. As far as Alyssa goes, I feel like she's just a stupid slut. For those of you who don't know, her and Kyle had sex in the Big Brother house, I believe multiple times. It only lasted like 10 seconds. So if you missed it, you probably just blinked. But yeah, I think this girl's a dumb whore who was very jealous of Taylor. Very fake. She was one of the worst players of the season. She didn't win anything. She made it to like Final 5, Final 6 or whatever. She didn't even win in a competition. So she was really a terrible player. She brought nothing to the table at all. I liked her better once Kyle left, but when she was with Kyle, she was very insufferable, and I'm glad she did not win the money. Amira, hateful bitch. I don't know what her problem is. She has a lot she needs to work on with herself, because I don't know what it is with these women this season and just hating Taylor for no reason at all. And I keep bringing this up because that's basically what the whole beginning of this season was. Just a bunch of broads who just hated Taylor for no reason at all, just talking mad shit about her, just bullying her. We've seen this happen in Big Brother seasons before, like Big Brother 15. There was a whole lot of bullying going on, and unfortunately nobody ever stepped up or really did anything about it. But luckily in this season, things changed, because this season would have been really terrible if things went a different way. Basically, if the leftovers never formed, this would have been one of the worst Big Brother seasons ever. But thankfully they did, and they got rid of all these hateful witches in this house. But yeah, she was only there for like 3 weeks. Don't really remember her. Don't really care if she ever returns. I didn't like how in the finale she's about to need to bring up Monty and Taylor. Out of everything she could have brought up, she brought up that. So I thought that was pretty stupid of her. Made herself look like a complete clown on television, so good job on that, Amira. As far as Brittany goes, she seems kind of crazy. I don't know if she even liked Taylor or where her allegiance lied. She basically just got carried by Michael the entire season. Not a very good Big Brother player if you ask me. Considering without Michael, I don't think she would have went anywhere as far as she actually did. She did a lot of stupid things. So yeah, I don't really care if she ever returns. As far as Daniel goes, this guy's a complete fucking clown. Hope he never returns. Don't care to see him ever again. Don't even want to give him any attention. I don't know why he thinks being a bully makes him funny or entertaining, but really it just makes him look like a fucking asshole. And nobody ever wants to see him return on the show for any future seasons. So, you know, have fun having nothing. You want no money, nobody likes you. You will gain no clout from this. Ending, I didn't even understand a word she was saying for like the entire season, so I don't care. I don't know. Pretty much nothing player. Jasmine, very annoying. Did not care for her at all. Her southern accent was very annoying. I didn't like the whole thing where she was pretending to be injured and just getting carried through the game. That was a pretty weak move. Trying to use your sprained ankle, which I do believe she had a sprained ankle for real for like maybe a week or two. But after that, I think she was just faking it. And I'm glad she finally left because I didn't think they were ever going to evict her. Pooch, complete clown. Got himself evicted. Good riddance. He left like week 2, so barely even knew anything about him. Don't care. Every time he talked, it was so weird. It sounded like he was gargling salt or something every time he was talking. Like he had something stuck in his mouth and he couldn't talk properly. I couldn't understand half of what he was saying either. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to make fun of him if he has a disability or something, but as far as I know, he doesn't. He didn't do anything in the game but get himself evicted. So, whatever. As far as Kyle goes, this one's interesting because he had a crazy downfall. I think Kyle could have possibly won this game if it wasn't for him talking to Michael about the whole White Alliance thing. Which is funny to me because last season, with the cookout, we had an all-black alliance, and they got praised to hell as if they were Martin Luther King. But Kyle even suggests making an all-white alliance, and everybody's looking at him like he's fucking Hitler. So I do think that's a little bit hypocritical of the Big Brother community, but I also think a lot of people that supported Kyle were a bunch of racists. So I'm glad he left. He was very annoying, him and his 10 seconds with Alyssa, and go to the jury house, or they can go have 10-second sex wherever they want to, just not in the Big Brother house. He was very annoying and I hated him for betraying Joseph. Very unlikable player. He had some cool comp-wins, I guess. Really only competition for Michael. Knowing Michael really blew up this man's game was fucking crazy, and I'm glad Kyle left. Deuces. Let's make one thing clear though. The cookout and Kyle were both in the wrong for what they did. Because basically Kyle, I don't even think everything Kyle said even made it to the air. But what they did show is like you can't just assume black people are working together for no reason at all. But it's also not really his fault. It's kind of the cookout's fault as well for making an all-black alliance. Kind of starting a race war in the house for no reason at all. There's no reason to bring race into this. Let's just bring it to gameplay. but it didn't work out for him either way, so see you later, Kyle, you know. Hope he never comes back. Don't really care if he does. The only ones I really would like to see return would probably be Joseph, Michael, Monty, Taylor, and I don't know, that's about it, honestly. But as far as the actual season goes, I mean, I probably will never watch it again, but it's a lot better of a season than that Taylor one, because if Taylor did not win the season, then it would have been really fucking shit, because it would have felt like we just watched this poor woman be abused and bullied all season for no reason at all. But the fact that she won the game and was able to take them all out every week makes it a lot more of an entertaining season. But still, I don't like watching Big Brother seasons where there was just a whole bunch of bullying. That's why I never watched BB15 again or BB19, because I don't want to see that kind of stuff. I want to see scheming and, you know, arguments. I want to see fights, not bullying kind of fights, but fights where people are really upset at each other over something that happened or trying to call somebody out or whatever. You know, I like that kind of stuff. I don't want to see people get bullied. I want to see great gameplay. I want to see comp beasts. I want to see a master strategist. So that's basically what I think about the season. I think if it weren't for Taylor, Joseph, and Michael, it would have been a really shit season. And if it weren't for the leftovers forming, we definitely would have had a terrible season, one of the worst seasons of Big Brother, because then we would have just been left with a whole bunch of fucking female bullies. I want a word of advice for women. Stop trying to make all women alliances. It's never going to work. Number one, you guys can't win in comps. Number two, you guys can't ever get along. And number three, you can't keep your fucking mouth shut. So just give it up. Every single season, there's this attempted all-girls alliance. Hasn't worked once. Give it up. But yeah, that's what I think about BB24. As far as the actual season itself, it's just, it was a fun season, I guess. It was entertaining on first watch, because I was biting my nose every week, seeing if Taylor was going to be able to survive. And she did, thankfully. I'm thankful the season's over, because it's been stressing me the fuck out. I can finally breathe now, knowing that justice was served. Taylor won. Thank God. Now let's see what happens next season. Oh, one more thing. Had to give a shout out to Monty and Taylor on making it to final two without having to start a race war in the house. Good job. Take notes, the cookout. You can get a black winner without having to make a fucking race alliance. Anyways, that's it. See ya.